Content warning. This is a horror game and not intended for all audience. Please visit our website if you need a specific list of content warnings. This also contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions causes motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues, you can disable them in game's preferences. Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamak, this is Slay the Princess Pristine Cut Edition. In the last episode we're at the end of our route. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right, you can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The crack lies down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Okay, so is there something new that I can read from this? What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Well, he's right about being an echo. I'm pretty sure we just heard that line. What is the princess? Did you make her?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Why would you want me to just... Wait. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Why would you want to destroy the concept of transformation?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
If I destroy her, how's that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. And I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light. Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, vast and nascent God, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring the razor's heart to her, a piercing heart beating free. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
So I think that excluding this ending, I have 2 more runs left for this game. One needs to be the red text. I need to go for a red text route, which is where you get the aggressive statements towards each vessel. And the second one will be just catching whatever routes I haven't seen, because I can't do both of those at the same time. Red text, I just don't feel like I could get the red text endings out of what I'm missing.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from 1 into 2, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid
There's a
of death
definite,
and the possibility of meaning?
slight dissonance in art here, where the animated part below and the unanimated part above, you can see that it's not quite working yet. Let's talk this through. I still have a lot of questions. I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Ooh, so apparently Razor will always give you a red text option. That's important to know. After everything you put me through, it felt good to watch you fall apart.
And it was a joy for me to finally face my own. Even when I thought I reached my limits, you showed me how much further I could climb.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, an endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Addressed directly. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. You are the one. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Addressed directly. You cannot use eating me to prove that you're right.
You still cling to the horror of dying bodies that rot worlds apart from us. How many more vessels would you need to lose before you realize their relevance? Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison. And it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But together, we left it all behind, and found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty in accepting our dance. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Addressed directly. Death is... You denounce fear, and yet you laud violence and strife as necessary and beautiful. Can there be courage without fear? Is courage not beautiful?
Fear is a delusion. It places barriers in the minds of those who do not free themselves from it. To see that there is no horror in living. To embrace the violence and the pain.
that is the only way to truly appreciate the tapestry of the divine.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Address directly. We could have worked. It was unnecessary. We could have worked together to build something better.
But for us, that was better. For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I don't know what the answer is. There has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you. I won't set you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
I thought voices weren't allowed here.
Apparently that's not true, but we can worry about it later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
We're gonna have to stab her for new content, aren't we? No wrong choices, only new perspectives.
Here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It strikes me that there is actually... You could actually understand why Contrarian shows up if you're doing the Stranger ending here. Because we're basically being flashbacked to our first encounter at this cabin. But because Stranger Route never puts you on that cabin route until Chapter 2, that's why you get to see the Chapter 2 version of a princess, and that's why you get to have an extra voice. Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Into the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Ooh, actually, wait. Let's back up a few autosaves. Throw down a save here, just so we can see what it's like to, Where is a place we could put down a save? Just so we can see what she has to say if we go without the blade.
No blade it is. The stairs. Do you remember the...
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize. We both went a little overboard. But there's no reason we can't put it all behind us.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Okay, we're good now. Into the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Sit with her. Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
I don't want to hurt anyone. Is there a way out of this?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
I'm sorry.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. The tear was rough. You carried part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be as now as they were then, but they aren't nothing either.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. You leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
path in the woods outside our empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. It does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to a new kingdom. All at once the unyielding tension gives way. Then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will, by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
A new and unending dawn. Slay the princess. I feel kind of bad about that one, not gonna lie. I feel, did she really deserve it? I don't know, because if we let her loose, then she's going to rule as a terrifying new god. She's going to destroy everything, recreate it, and keep destroying it and recreating it. And yet I also feel like, no, we kind of didn't work. I feel like a world without change or death is going to get boring after a while, and we proved that. But yeah, next run, it's going to have to be a red text run, so I'm going to have to pick all the aggressive things, and the thing is that I don't know perfectly which ones do lead to those aggressive red text picks. I have all the footage still on my computer, but I have a lot of footage. That's the problem. Like, this time at least we know that Razor is going to be a free pick. I know how to get to the, if we get to Adversary, then the Fury is a free pick. I feel like the Adversary would also be a working pick, because whether we end up in Eye of the Needle or Fury, we'll be able to do it. Actually, let's just open up the memories page so we can see it. So, Adversary is a free pick. If we go Tower, then we have to go Fury, so I almost feel like we get the Eye of the Needle and we get the Fury. What after that could we use? We could slay our Nightmare. Well, slay our nightmare in the Wraith. So that's 3. There's one in the Beast route that I'm interested in. So that gives us 4. And then Razor gives us 5. Honestly, I think Beast will be our first pick next time. Hopefully I'll remember it. But Beast will be our pick next time because that will give us a new response if we go without a knife. And that'll be funny just for adding a little bit of extra content. So next time on Let's Play Slay the Princess, it's going to be a lot of retrekking old ground for the next 5 episodes or so. Oh, I know, it's a good game. I think it's still worth it. So until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.